Now we'll discuss what happens when this adultery occurs and how it's supposed to be punished. Once again, when we read Leviticus 20:10 now, um, we see a very specific set of circumstances. Starting with the NIV, if a man commits adultery with another man's wife, with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress are to be put to death. If a man commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, both the man and the woman who have committed adultery must be put to death. If a man commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress shall be put to death. And Berean Standard Bible, if a man commits adultery with another man's wife, with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress must be put to death. Notice that this is very specific when it comes to who is committing adultery. Again, it uses the word na'af here in Strong's 5003, which once again means women breaking wedlock. Woman breaking wedlock, right here. I got an arrow. Boom. Right there. Alright, so back to the actual word here. Commits adultery with man's wife, obviously another man's wife, his neighbor, with the wife of his neighbor, with the wife of his neighbor. Obviously, it has to clarify because it doesn't have the word another there. With the wife of his neighbor, not his wife. Both the adulterer, the man who slept with another man's wife, and the adulteress, the married woman that slept with another man, must surely be put to death. Here in the pulpit commentary, I'll highlight it for a moment and then I will read it. The Hebrew punishment for adultery is more severe than that of most other nations. Death is again pronounced as the penalty of both adulterer and adulteress in Deuteronomy 2:22, which we will be looking at next. The crime is that of a man with a married woman, whether the man be married or not. It is not that of a married man with an unmarried woman, which in a country where polygamy was allowed could not be regarded in the same light. So obviously it's not against polygamy. Adultery is not polygamy because it's a woman breaking wedlock, not a man breaking wedlock. Deuteronomy 2:2:2. So it's easy to remember. 4 twos. Deuteronomy 2:2:2. Remember this. Knowing these things helps us understand the ministry of Yahshua, Jesus Christ, way better than ignoring it or seeing it as something outdated. Okay, starting with the NIV. If a man is found sleeping with another man's wife, both the man who slept with her and the woman must die. You must purge the evil from Israel. I'm just going to go right to the Berean Standard. If a man is found lying with another man's wife, both the man who slept with her and the woman must die. You must purge the evil from Israel. So this is, once again, there is, let me see if it references 5003. It does not look like it does. But it makes it very specific, as pointed out in the pulpit commentary, that this specifically applies to another man's wife. I keep getting cut off, and boy, is Satan attacking me today. But nonetheless, I will still forge on forward. With that all being said, I have now given you 4 witnesses in Scripture that refers to adultery and a man, or rather a man sleeping with another man's wife, and established it scripturally. There is no such reflective verse discussing a married man or a woman being with another woman's husband, because as the pulpit commentary highlighted, polygamy was legal not only in their country but in the law of God, which was delivered by Moses.